to present the Bachelor of Arts in Defense and Security program. This program is ideal for Defense Force personnel, security service professionals, and the general public. To enroll in this program, you need 5 credits in English, mathematics, and any other 3 subjects. To enroll, apply directly online via nepasis.nepa.ac.zm or download an application form from our website www.nepa.ac.zm. Contact the administration office at 0767 670 985. NEPA, where excellence meets probity.
This notice of compliance from the National Health Insurance Management Authority, NEMA, serves to inform the public that all Zambian citizens and established residents of 18 years of age and above are required to register to their National Health Insurance Scheme in accordance with the NHI Act No. 2 of 2018. In this regard, all self-employed citizens are required to self-register, while all employers must register their employees within 30 days of employment and thereafter make the prescribed contributions. Remember, registration and contribution to the National Health Insurance is mandatory by law. Be compliant, pay on time to avoid prosecution without further notice. National Health Insurance, leaving no one behind.
Wow, that over there is a very nice Ford. Have you seen it?
Of course. I have been looking at it since we got here. My worry is how people manage such vehicles and where they buy genuine parts from.
I'm sure there's nowhere else apart from Shuma Auto Parts. They are the only supplier of genuine Ford and Mazda parts, which comes straight from the manufacturer. They have everything in stock for both latest and ordinary Mazda and Ford. They also stock service parts such as diesel filters, air con filters, diesel pumps, steering pumps, turbochargers, engine overhaul gaskets, suspension parts, and body parts. If they don't have parts you're looking for, they can order within 5 to 10 working days. To top it up, Shuma Auto Parts also supply Maxxis tires and CST tires.
Really? But where are they found?
They are found on Chandram Sonda Road, Cruiser Auto Workshop in Lusaka, 979 192057 and 0960-747235. Email shumaautoparts@gmail.com. Shuma Auto Parts for all your genuine vehicle parts.
The Happy World of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news at 18:30 with Judith Mwape. The headlines. President Hichilema has commissioned the rehabilitated 35 kilometers Chingola-Chililawombwe to Kasumbalesa Road. 8,523 road traffic accidents were recorded countrywide in the first quarter of 2024. Sudan could become world's worst hunger crisis. And other news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has commissioned the rehabilitated 35 kilometers Chingola-Chililawombwe to Kasumbalesa Road, financed under a $31 million United States public-private partnership. Speaking during the commissioning of the road, President Hichilema says this is a major milestone in the implementation of public-private partnership in Zambia. The head of state says the UPND-led government is resolved to unlock economic prosperity on the Copperbelt through the current reinvestment in the mining sector and infrastructure development. President Hichilema has reiterated that the project has been done on the principles of right price, quality, and on the right time. The head of state says because of the development taking place in the region, about 3,000 jobs will be created in Rwansha district alone.
Out of production for over 23 years. And yesterday we lowered that magnificent pump, submersive pump, one of the many. In fact, one of the many in Rwansha, but the first in the world to commence the reproduction or bring back into production of 28 shafts. Kubomba boga namba ndemva bambi balilanda tawe UPN tabalebomba lebo tubombe musango shani mwe bantu kabi. If you were clever, you should have done what we commissioned yesterday.
And Finance and National Planning Minister Stompeko Msogotwane says the PPP model of financing public infrastructure brings some advantages, the most important being that the country can do more infrastructures faster by utilizing both government and private sector money.
There was money, and there would have been no money for the next 5 to 8 years to fix the road. So the PPP mode of financing is very innovative, it's very clever, and really what we're looking for. And today we can sit here and celebrate the completion of this road because we decided as a government to be innovative. This PPP road is anchored on an agreement between the private party and the government.
A total number of 8,523 road traffic accidents were recorded countrywide in the first quarter of 2024, in which 435 lives were lost. From the over 8,000 road traffic accidents recorded, 376 were fatal road traffic accidents, 758 were serious road traffic accidents, 1,276 persons were seriously injured, 1,688 were slight road traffic accidents, in which 2,246 persons were slightly injured, and 5,701 were recorded as damage only road traffic accidents. Confirming the development, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says Lusaka province recorded the highest number of road traffic accidents with 4,906, representing 57.5%, followed by Copperbelt province with 1,172, representing, and Central province recorded 625 accidents. Mr. Hamonga says most of the road traffic accidents in the first quarter of 2024 occurred in highways with 4,736, followed by crescents with 1,267, streets with 810, others with 728, avenues 594, and lastly 388. He has also expressed concern with the increase of hit-and-run road traffic accidents.
During this same period, we recorded 7,699 accidents caused by licensed drivers, while 1,519 were caused by unlicensed drivers. Most of the road traffic accidents in this first quarter of 2024 occurred in highways with a record of 4,736, followed by crescents with 1,267, streets with 810, others with 728, avenues and 594, and lastly with closes at 388.
Meanwhile, Mr. Hamonga says 4 suspects have been apprehended, accused of attempting to deceive a 25-year-old businessman identified as Andrew Zulu, resident of Mpika district in Mchinga province, by presenting counterfeit currency amounting to $800 and 23,100 kwacha in an effort to acquire his mineral purity testing machine valued at 70,000 kwacha.
Investigations revealed that Mr. Zulu, a business owner, had advertised his mineral purity testing machine online, attracting the attention of 5 individuals who expressed interest in purchasing the equipment. Subsequently, he traveled to Lusaka on the 9th of April 2024 to meet the purported buyers. Upon arrival, he rendezvoused with them at the Novera shopping mall. During the meeting, the suspects presented the counterfeit currency as payment for the machine. Sensing foul play, Mr. Zulu refused the transaction. In an attempt to evade capture, the suspect attempted to flee with Mr. Zulu in the vehicle. However, he managed to alert nearby officers at the Westwood police checkpoint, prompting swift action from law enforcement.
The Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency, in collaboration with the Drug Enforcement Commission, has apprehended 5 individuals from Precision Royal Beverages Limited for illegal production and supply of beverages, packed water, and immigration-related offences. The suspects have been identified as Derek Mukwemba, a male, aged 36, a finance and administration officer at Precision Royal Beverages Limited; Nathan Mukwaya, a male Uganda national, aged 38; Geoffrey Kayemba, a male Uganda national, aged 51; Mediatrice Habonimana, a female Burundian, aged 24; and Samuel Tusubire Mwanza, a male Uganda national, aged 52, with a Zambian national registration card. Details are that Precision Royal Beverages was engaged in the production and supply of packed water and other beverages without a permit from ZCSA and was devoid of the requisite minimum parameters for production, which is contrary to the provision of the Compulsory Standards Act No. 3 of 2017. The authorities have seized 1,610 cases of Royal Sachet water, 955 cases of Royal Kombucha fermented tea, 349 cases of Royal Kombucha, and 48 cases of Royal Ginger wine, including 3 vehicles. The Joint Investigations Team has since put Derek Mukwemba in custody to help with the investigations and is likely to face charges, among them tax evasion and money laundering related offences. This is according to a statement issued to 5FM News by Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency and the Drug Enforcement Commission Public Relations Officers. Opposition Socialist Party has demanded for the arrest and prosecution of UPND Lusaka Provincial Chairman Obvious Mwaliteta and Lusaka Youth Chairperson Anderson Banda for allegedly abducting and threatening to kill its 22-year-old Kaunga Ward candidate Maneya Mwale. The party has accused Mr. Mwaliteta and Mr. Banda of pointing a gun at Maneya Mwale with threats of death on her way to file in her nomination in Kaunga Ward, Fera constituency, Lungwa district yesterday. Addressing journalists today, Party Vice President Cosmas Musumali has explained that the duo are alleged to have kidnapped and threatened the victim with a gun, seeking to find out why she decided to stand on the Socialist Party ticket instead of the UPND. Dr. Musumali has requested the Electoral Commission of Zambia to ban the UPND participating in the Kaunga and Gwembe by-elections.
The crime is straightforward. We have laws in this country that say any person who kidnaps or abducts any person with intent to cause that person to be secretly and wrongfully confined is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for 7 years. Could be convicted on a charge of committing an offense under Penal Code Section 228. Abduction, accordingly, means the taking of a person against their will, generally by means of persuasion, fraud, or force.
And when contacted for a comment, Lusaka Youth Chairperson Anderson Banda has described the allegations as malicious and misleading. Mr. Banda has further given the Socialist Party 48 hours to retract the statement.
I'm giving the 48 hours to retract that statement. We are giving socialists 48 hours to retract that statement because it's highly malicious, highly misleading, and it's just meant to create an impression. And socialist leader, Mr. Membe, is on record with the former Post newspaper in the propaganda type of politics. So that is the propaganda type of politics they are trying to embark on.
In other stories trending this evening, the Council of Churches in Zambia has cautioned the youth and general citizenry to exercise due diligence before taking on any job offers, as it is essential to thoroughly research and verify the legitimacy of job opportunities to avoid falling victim to fraudulent schemes. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Thabo Kawana says government has made significant strides in creating an enabling environment for accessing information by enacting the Access to Information Law. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Government, through the Lusaka City Council, has disbursed grants totaling over 2 million kwacha to over 70 successful applicants within Matero constituency. Council Assistant Public Relations Manager Nyambe Bulumba explains that substantial financial support stems from the 2024 Constituency Development Fund allocation for Matero constituency, earmarked specifically for uplifting of Matero's local communities through formulation and expansion of businesses. Mr. Bulumba says the grants have been distributed equitably across all 5 wards of the constituency, ensuring a wide-reaching impact on various community-driven initiatives. He says each of the groups involved has received an average fund of 30,000 kwacha, a sum that promises to catalyze growth and foster sustainable development within their respective business projects.
The grants have been distributed equitably to all the 5 wards of the constituents, ensuring a wide-reaching impact on various community-driven initiatives. And each of these groups involved has received an average amount of 30,000 kwacha, sum that ensures to catalyze growth and foster sustainable development within their respective business projects. The local authority therefore emphasizes the importance of prudent utilization of these funds. It is imperative that the beneficiaries employ these grants in a manner that maximizes community benefit.
That ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And now on foreign news, an aid agency working in Sudan has warned levels of hunger and malnutrition after a year of civil war are much worse than previously thought. Medicines Sans Frontières and other organizations say the breakdown of governance and infrastructure mean a famine is now almost inevitable. The United Nations, meanwhile, has said Sudan could become the world's worst hunger crisis. Aid to the troubled Darfur region has been largely blocked by the war. In addition, the country is not in a position to begin planting crops for the new growing season in May. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
Belgium has opened an investigation into suspected Russian interference in the European Parliament just weeks before the June elections. Prime Minister Alexander De Croo said MEPs had been paid to work for Moscow with the immediate aim of getting more pro-Russia politicians elected and in the long term to weaken European support for Ukraine. US officials have warned that Iran could launch a major attack on Israel as soon as today in retaliation for last week's airstrike on an Iranian diplomatic compound in Syria. The mayor of Orenburg in Russia's southern Urals has ordered citizens threatened by flooding to evacuate immediately as waters reach dangerous levels. China has lodged serious complaints with Japan and the Philippines after the two countries' leaders attended a White House summit to discuss a mutual defense pact. On Thursday, President Biden promised to defend the Philippines from any attack in the South China Sea, where Philippine vessels have been repeatedly harassed by China.
And finally, in sports news, Bet Lion Chief Executive Officer Panji Kakube says they take great pride in committing to providing decent employment opportunities for the Zambian people, believing it will help reduce unemployment rates and contribute to economic growth. Speaking at the launch of 888 Aviator, a groundbreaking revolution in the world of gaming, Kakube has highlighted that they have invested significantly in infrastructure development and online platforms to provide their clients with a remarkable and memorable experience. He added that these investments will enhance the overall business environment and contribute to the country's infrastructure development. Kakube also pledged to support the Zambian government's regulations to ensure responsible gambling practices and mitigate potential negative impacts on the economy.
We are confident that our investments will supplement the Zambian government's effort in alleviating poverty through various initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, through the 88 Aviator website, we strongly believe that we will attract consumer spending both locally and internationally, stimulating economic activity in various sectors such as hospitality, transportation, and entertainment. Furthermore, increased consumer spending can lead to multiplier effect, benefiting other businesses in the economy. Let's not forget about merchandise.
And now the weather report brought to you by Classicon.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Western, Northwestern, Copperbelt, Luapula, Northern and Muchinga provinces, including the northern parts of Eastern Province, will be mostly cloudy, windy at times and mild with rain and occasional thunder. Southern, Lusaka and Central provinces, including the southern parts of Eastern Province, will be mostly cloudy, windy and mild to cool with a chance of isolated rain. That ends the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
And that item brings us to the end of the news this evening. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. President Hichilema has commissioned the rehabilitated 35 kilometers Chingola Chididabombwe to Kasumbalesa Road. Eight 1,523 road traffic accidents were recorded countrywide in the first quarter of 2024. Sudan could become world's worst hunger crisis. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Judith Mwape. Good evening.